Hey internet! Today I'm going to be doing a back to school kind of survival guide slash tips video. If you haven't seen my other back to school videos, I've done a simple makeup look and some easy to do hairstyles, so make sure you check them out. Back to school, whether you're literally just returning for another grade, whether you're starting high school for the first time, whether you're starting uni for the first time, they can all be very daunting. So I wanted to kind of share some things that I did that will hopefully help you get through. The first thing that can be really hard about starting a new school or going back to school is making new friends. I feel like this is something that kind of scares everyone at some point in their life. Some people are better at making friends than others. Some people, they can't imagine anything more scary. My only tip with this, like obviously you can't give advice really. You can kind of pep talk and you can kind of maybe give some tips. But at the end of the day, I just think be yourself. Even if you do make friends and you're not being yourself, then you haven't really made friends. You want people that are going to like you for who you are, support you in what you do, and make sure you don't keep people around just because they were friends. If they're treating you shittily, then don't put up with that, you know? There's nothing worse than having negative friends. You know, those friends that kind of suck up all your energy, or they're always doing things that make you question whether they're actually looking out for your best interests. And if that's the case, then honestly just don't waste your time. There's plenty of people at your school or at your university or just in life that you'll meet that will be good friends. You don't have to waste time hanging on to ones that aren't good. If they're crappy friends, stop hanging out with them and go try and make some new friends. If you're actively pursuing things that you're interested in, then of course you're gonna meet people that are like-minded and that you get along with because you have things in common. I think that's the easiest way to kind of make friends when you're not sure. For example, if you really love a sport, you could join that sport team, and then you've got a whole team of people that like the same sport as you do that hopefully you can use that common ground to find other common grounds and make friends. Don't worry too much about fitting in and being in the popular group, because honestly, from my experience, all the popular people don't end up in very good situations in the future. They're all kind of doing nothing with their lives. It's so overrated. Just be you. Keep around people that make you feel good, make you feel happy, that are your real friends, and do things that you love and you'll be fine. Girlfriends and boyfriends, boys and girls. This one's more aimed at the high school kids. There's honestly no rush to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend unless you find someone that you're like, holy crap, they love my life, which to be honest, when you're that age, you do anyway. You just think that everyone's the love of your life. But unless it is like amazing, life-changing love and you think they're the one, don't really worry too much. Like, don't date someone for the sake of having a boyfriend or having a girlfriend. There's so much time in your life for you to have one. This is the time to just have fun with your friends and to do what you love and to do well at school. I know that sounds really corny and like really like mummish, like mum advice that you wouldn't listen to, but coming from someone who had quite a few boyfriends in high school, I mean when I say quite a few, I mean like 2 or 3, I feel like all of them distracted me from actually kind of having fun and enjoying myself, and a lot of them I kind of wish I hadn't bothered with because I didn't really get anything out of it. It was just that novelty of like, oh my god, I have a boyfriend, and I could have been doing things with my time that I actually remember now and I'm actually happy with. So honestly, there's no rush. And similarly with the friendships, make sure you're being yourself and make sure that they like you for you. Balance. Balance is a really hard thing to do in life in general, but I found balance in high school especially difficult. Even now that I've restarted uni, I'm finding it really hard to balance everything out. I honestly think the easiest way to do this is to be organized, which sounds easier than it is. Make sure you maybe print out like a calendar. I've got these massive wall calendars that I can put everything that's due. I can put when people have asked me to do things socially, when I'm working, what shifts I'm doing, and you can look at it when someone asks you to do something and see if you have time. You can mark out all your assignments when they're due or your exams. And I used to put little to-dos every week, like make sure you study this day because your assignment's due next week, or you know, stuff like that. So it's just really important to try and be organized, and then you should be able to fit more in, but really be careful not to overload yourself. I knew so many people in grade 12, myself included, that was just burning the candle at both ends, putting too much on their plate, and it gets way too much, and it's impossible to do your best with assignments and exams if you have all this stuff on your mind. You want to be getting involved with as much as you can, but to the point where you have some time to breathe. I found high school pretty intense. Like the last year I was doing what's called OP subjects, which is how you get into uni, like the A levels for English people. I had a job, I had a boyfriend from the city that I kind of tried to see as much as I could, but it was like long distance, so that was really hard to balance. I was in the school musical as well, I did debating as well, I played netball, I was in a band, I was in a singing group. Like there was just so many things I signed up for, and to be honest, I'm really glad that I did it. I don't think I burned myself too much, but there were days, like I had tonsillitis for like the whole year because I was just always ill and it wasn't fun. Going on that though, no, don't overload yourself, but do try and get involved with as many extracurricular activities that you think you would enjoy as possible. Try not to not pick things because you're shy or because you don't want to put yourself out there. If you think you would enjoy something, just bite the bullet and do it, because you're going to regret not getting involved. That's one of the biggest things I wish I'd done in the earlier years of high school. I really wish I'd got more involved, and even at my first year of uni, I wish that I'd joined more clubs and just been more socially involved, because you get so much more out of it. The more you put in, the more you get out. Subject picking. I found subject picking really easy just because I knew what I wanted to do, not with the career, but just subject wise. I knew what I enjoyed, I picked what I enjoyed, and I think that's really important. Your parents, your peers, or even your teachers might kind of pressure you to go for the subjects that are the smarter subjects and that might get you a better mark, but at the end of the day, if you do something you enjoy, you're gonna want to work hard at it and you're gonna want to get the grade out of it. So I definitely say pick something you enjoy over something that you think you should do, because if you're not going to enjoy it, there's no point doing it. It won't lead to a career, because you want to go for a career that you're going to enjoy as well. You know what they say, if you do something you love, then you never work a day in your life, and that should be the same when it comes to school and uni work as well. But stationery is like my favorite thing in the world, so obviously go stationery shopping. I just wanted to emphasize how beautiful a new fresh notebook is and how you start it with that. And with that, study tips, I just wanted to briefly touch on, make sure you have a notebook for every subject. Try not to have the 5 subject books, because A, they get filled up really quickly, well for me anyway. They get really heavy, you kind of forget which flap is for what subject. That sounds a bit gross. But I just like having a notebook separately for each subject, and I find it so much more organized. Try and also get some of those plastic sleeves, maybe in a folder, to keep loose leaf paper that you get with the classes in, that they're easy to refer back to. Make sure you take notes. This sounds really like obvious, but it took me till grade 11 to realize that everything that they taught us in class was stuff that came up either on the exam or in the assignment. So if like I just listened and taken notes, then I would have passed everything. And it sounds really simple, but you don't always listen in class. That's why I know it's cool to talk to your friends and all that, but like at the end of the day, if you go into the class, listen to what they say, take notes, then everything's in your notebook, ready to study, ready for you to refer back to for your assignment, and you're good to go. If you really want to study, I always found it really good to remember things by rewriting them out neatly or typing them out, and then either printing out the sheet or going through with my highlighter on my like written up notes and highlighting everything important, making little palm cards. I used to put things up on my wall, like little definitions, and make sure you use your time wisely. So they are my basic back to school tip. Again, whether you're going back to your next school year, you're going into high school, or you're starting uni, hopefully these tips have been helpful. Don't freak out too much. At the end of the day, it's all fun and you're learning stuff, and that can be really fun, whether it's the social side you're after or the actual learning side and you're pumped to learn things. That's still a thing, I don't know. Hopefully this video helped you out. Please give it a thumbs up if it did, and make sure you press the subscribe button. Also check out my other back to school videos, which I said with the makeup and the hair, if you want some ideas for hairstyles and a simple makeup look. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!